Hi, everybody. Welcome to the April 2022 tarot reading for all water signs. So, this is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. As always, I suggest that you go by your moon and your rising sign, but you're more than welcome to look also at your sun video because they're all going to help, really. In my tarot readings, I do it each week of the month. So I'm going to pull one card for each week of the month of April. I'm also going to be pulling a clarifying card and look at the card that's the bottom of the deck. So if you please like and subscribe to my channel, like this video, it's a great way to support what I'm doing and to bring more of this information to the masses. So let's get into it. Water signs, are you guys okay? Like, I'm a water sign too, so I totally understand. There's been a lot going on for water signs. We have Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces. A lot has been going on. We've had Scorpio. You guys, we have been getting squared a lot. So there's been a lot of emotional refinement that's been going on, not just for water signs in particular, but also for the whole collective, right? So as I'm recording this is even before the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that's going to be happening in Pisces. So there's this deep, everybody's having this coming out, right? There's a lot of mini deaths and a lot of evolution of our energies, especially particularly our emotional bodies. We do have Aries and Chiron that's really saying like, but what's going on with you? So everybody take a deep breath. Things are going to get better, I promise, okay? All water signs, I promise it's going to get better. So the first card that we have coming out is the Page of Swords. So when the Page of Swords comes out, it's saying that this month of April, particularly in that first week, and we're coming off of the new moon that's going to be on April 1st, right? That is like, okay, guys, this new moon is no joke. This new moon is all about, it's conjunct Mercury and Chiron and Aries, where for water signs, you're going to be really about learning and applying new thoughts, new ideas. Pages are the learners, they're the students. You're learning how to apply new forms of communication with yourself and with other people so that you can have a growth and evolution in your own self and with your relationships with those around you. And when the Page of Swords comes up, it's saying let yourself learn how to speak to yourself and with others in new ways. This also bodes well for, especially we're coming off of that new moon in Aries, to let yourself write the new cover letter, go for the new job, put yourself out there, really start communicating, if you haven't been already, the gifts that you have inside of you that you're ready to share with the world or that you want to develop. This also points to taking up new education, new courses, taking on new hobbies. When the Page of Swords comes up, I always say, okay, it's time to get out there, right? You may have been too much in your head or too deep in your emotions, and it's time to let yourself to get up there and start going again. Let yourself get out of from underneath the covers. I see a lot of water signs underneath the covers. And again, guys, I get it. I totally understand. But this month of April, there are a lot of really beautiful opportunities for you to step outside of your box and to let yourself go into a new direction, especially since there has been a heartache. Three of Swords. Interestingly enough, this is also the card for the full moon in Libra that's happening on the 16th. And I just put up that video if you would like to go ahead and look at that too. Because there has been a heartbreak. There has been a separation that you are now coming when the Page of Swords and the Three of Swords comes up that says you're coming from a rest, right? This leads us to the Four of Swords, where you're taking, there's been a rest, there's been a reprieve, and we have a lot of water signs. I know that I've had with clients that I have, with my own self and people in my close network, that there's been like this emotional, like, okay, I'm done with this, right? There's a story, there's a connection, there's a relationship, there's something that's over, and so now it's like, okay, what am I going to do next? And the cards say, get to work. 10 of Wands. When 10 of Wands comes out, 10 of Wands is saying, what are you actually carrying, right? What projects, what ideas, what relationships, what focus are you actually having in your life? And it's time to review that, right? After this heartache, right after the call to learn something new and to apply something new, now it's saying take stock. Take stock of what you're doing, and not all of these wands you need, right? Some of them are just dead, right? Is this a thing that's actually going to keep growing? Is this something that's going to keep bringing you closer to what you want? And if it's not, wherever there's a 10, there's a 1. So acknowledge what has ended, acknowledge what is over, not just with other people, but with yourself. You could be over not believing in yourself, and therefore you want to pick up the mantle and do the work so that you can have more self-confidence, so that you can actually believe in yourself, because there is new love. There is King of Cups is coming, right? So the King of Cups indicates a harbinger of a new message of love, of caring, of growth, and of connection that's possible. So in the beginning of April, right, it looks like it's really intense, right? Especially as we're approaching that the full moon in Libra is square Pluto, right? Both the sun and the moon are going to be squaring Pluto, and then right after that, the moon in Scorpio is going to conjunct the south node, which is extra plutonic feeling energy, right? So in the month of April, it's going to be very important that you let yourself take the stance of a student, of like, okay, I'm learning about this, I'm figuring this out, I'm letting myself in a way start from scratch, but also with what you already have and what you already know. This also says to me that it's going to be very important to give yourself credit for what you've done, right? It's going to be very important to say, you know what, something has ended, something has hurt, right? It got you in your heart, but there's more things coming. The King of Cups says that there's more things coming. And this is also saying, allow yourself to tap into your emotional body very lovingly, but with a surety that you're like, okay, but my feelings really can lead me in a new direction. And if there's any set of signs that are all about their feelings, it's the water signs, right? Water signs, we're very intuitive, we're very psychic. We know what's up. Even if somebody's like, no, that's not what's up, we know. We're like, if you have 3 water signs in a room and something's not right, we're all gonna look at each other and be like, right? So let yourself go through that vibration within yourself, because the Wheel of Fortune is coming out. I told you. Hi. All right. When the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it says good things are coming, right? Good things are coming. It might not feel like this right now, right? Because it is such a heavy energy that's going on in the skies. Like, yeah, it's great. Everybody loves Jupiter, right? Everybody's like, Jupiter is great, but Jupiter has a downside. Jupiter can lead to excess. Jupiter can lead to too much. This is an energy of like going overboard. You can get a hangover really easily with Jupiter in the mix, right? And even Neptune is great. Yeah, Neptune is all about the dreams and spirituality, but also it's like, but are you putting good parameters on yourself? I'm just hearing right now, water signs, we need more boundaries, right? Water signs, what are your boundaries? Where have you been keeping your boundaries? Where have you not been keeping your boundaries? And in many ways, where have you been hurting yourself? My father actually said something recently to me. He said, stop breaking your own heart, right? What ideas, what feelings, and what patterns have you been holding on to that are dragging you down, that it's like, okay, we just got to let it go? So I'm seeing a lot of water signs doing a lot of psychic clearing. Go into your healing baths, go into your cord cutting ceremonies, and really divert the energy that you've been giving out to other people, places, and things that, quite frankly, 3 of Swords coming out, have been leading to heartache, so that you can move on, because it really is time to let yourself move on. At the bottom of the decks, we have the 6 of Swords. Very appropriate. Right? When the 6 of Swords comes out, it's saying, listen, you're not going to be completely healed before you move on, but that doesn't mean you can't move on, right? You still have new horizons in front of you. You still have people in your tribe who, your ride and die people who stuck with you and were like, listen, I'm going to go through these turbulent waters with you, and so that we can get to the other side of the shore. So definitely give that energy to yourself. Give yourself the energy of, I've gotten through rough waters, and there will be more rough waters ahead, but I know that the wheel is turning in my favor. that with time, as you're giving yourself more energy, as you're giving yourself more effort, as you're putting yourself out there more and saying yes to opportunities and putting yourself from underneath your covers into the world, right? You can't get a new job if you're under your covers, guys, right? I know. You want to, but you can't, right? You're not going to know how great you are if you don't try to do it. And the month of April is saying, let yourself do it, right? Four Pentacles in the middle of the deck, because you have more than you know. Water signs, you have more than you know. You've done more than you know. You see more than you know. Look, we got the Two of Swords coming up. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition and let yourself go where you need to go, because you can't go backwards, right? You can't change the past. All the ruminating about things that have hurt and the things that are over, that Three of Swords energy, it's not going to take you to where you want to go. And you're not going to meet the new person, people, or things, King of Cups. Like, this is a message of love. This is a message of new things coming through. This is a message of new possibilities. The King of Cups can't meet you, or the Queen of Cups, whatever you're into, can't meet you if you're still sitting there sad about what was. So in April, all water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, let yourself get up, get out there, and start living your new life. Also, water signs, hella psychic, right? Super, super psychic. So be aware of what you're subconsciously focusing on. And if you're not focusing on yourself, then you're giving all that blessing. You're giving all that energy to something or somebody or state of mind or process that is no longer serving you. So that's really a lot of wasted energy. And I would say you deserve it more. So that is the tarot report for the month of April for all water signs. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to check out your rising and your sun sign as well. Bye.